Hey, what's up guys? Ryan here with the Rona Project. Taking a minute out of my day here to let you guys know what's been going on lately. It's not all good news, unfortunately. I'm just going to start from the beginning here. I'm hoping that you guys keep up and follow us on Twitter, on DeviantArt. I recently did a blog last week in which I was saying, and you guys have heard me say this a lot, that our publisher was going to be CreateSpace. Key word there is going to be. We've had a falling out with CreateSpace, and things are not going to work out with that publisher. Now I know when I was talking about CreateSpace, it seemed like everything was going to be perfect, and in truth, I really believed it was actually going to be perfect, and I thought it was all going to work out real easy, but it didn't. And before I get into it, I don't want to make it seem like I'm bitter towards CreateSpace or whatever, because they got their requirements, they got their rules. Obviously, they live and die by them. And we're just one of those people that's not going to bend and twist for another publisher, especially when we did all the fucking work ourselves. One of the things I wanted to say, I just wanted to give you guys an insight on what CreateSpace is all about as far as their rules, their regulations, their requirements, things like that. They are a POD publisher, okay? So a POD publisher is a print-on-demand publisher. The way they work is every time a book would be purchased, once it's available, they print the book and they ship it to the customer. When you're an independent creator, that right there in itself is a pretty big deal because we don't have to worry about fronting the money to try to create books and then get them mailed. So there's obvious advantages to having a POD publisher because you're having somebody do the work for you, having them print it and ship it for you, which would be a big thing for us. So in the beginning, I actually thought this company was going to be do a good thing for us. I thought it was going to work out. The requirements didn't seem too bad. They wanted to make sure the file sizes weren't too big. Everything had to be in PDF file. They did have some content guidelines that if you didn't follow the content guidelines or for whatever reason, they didn't have to publish your work. It just so happened that we fit their guidelines or whatever, but I'm sure people who do crazier stuff, more provocative or whatever it may be stuff, wouldn't even get published through CreateSpace just because it would be against their global community and their wide array of customers, and they don't want to piss anybody off, pretty much. That's not really what's important to us. We just wanted to get our book out there. So understand, my perspective right now is we have a book ready to go. Margins are set. Everything's set for it to actually go to press and be printed. We have an audience sitting here waiting on the book, so we just want to get this book to people. We just want to do our book. That's it. We want to make our book and make it available to as many people as we possibly can within reason. I don't want to sell my soul for it. CreateSpace requirements are what I stated earlier. They got 400 megabyte interior maximum file size. It can't be any bigger than 400 megabytes. It can't be any less than 300 DPI per page. Now we have a 144 page book. Each page we made at 300 DPI. We did everything as far as sizes and margins and everything set right for CreateSpace. But when we did all that, the whole file size came out to 463 megabytes instead of just 400 megabytes, which was their required amount. We talked to the guy, and he openly admitted they don't have a line of graphic novels on CreateSpace. They're not used to getting people, artists, doing graphic novels and then turning around on CreateSpace. I know it's been done, I know there's some out there, but not like this one. And the truth was, they sent us an email telling us they're not going to budge on the 400 megabyte maximum amount for the interior file size. So our interior file can be no bigger than 400 megabytes, that's it. If we want to publish with CreateSpace, we're going to have to truly cut the quality of our product so that the pictures and everything isn't as crisp as it could be if we went with just like a regular printer. And that just fucking rubbed me the wrong way, man. That just rubbed me the wrong way. Completely rubbed me the wrong way. Because I know what 63 megabytes is. It ain't shit. It's like 9 songs, That's nothing. 63 megabytes is nothing. CreateSpace doesn't have any graphic novel titles. They're not used to printing graphic novel books, especially if your interior file maximum is 400 megabytes. When you're dealing with artwork, 400 megabytes ain't shit. And all you artists out there know that. The truth is, CreateSpace doesn't know that we have an audience. And seriously, they don't really care. So we decided to cut ties with CreateSpace completely. Some of you guys might be asking yourself, what now? What's next for Rona? How the hell are we going to get this book out? Well, truthfully, there are other PODs, print-on-demand publishers, some of which are actually meant specifically for comics and graphic novels. So there's a chance that we could go with one of those, but still each one of those may come with their own set of requirements and rules and regulations. And we haven't been very good with those so far. Realistically looking at it, in order for this book to be printed anytime soon, we'd have to have a serious investor. A serious investor? Come on. A serious investor? Serious investors are extremely hard to find. You're talking about somebody who's willing to just fork over money, let you have all the creative control, and pretty much start your own business from the ground up. I knew right away, once this happened with CreateSpace, I thought there's just no way that we can get a serious investor. It's just not, in a way, it's just not realistic. Earlier this week, we got an email. It was a serious investor. This investor, and we'll call him Moneyman, wants to invest a large sum of money into our company. That way they can see Rona get launched from the ground up, completely independent. Oh my God.
Window to my life, we shared struggles and good times, memories online. Last year and a half, we've had some good